Welcome back. Today we're talking about Cobra Limited 3D printed irons. These irons came with a hefty $3,000 price tag last year when Cobra introduced them, and a $4,000 price tag if you wanted to upgrade to any of the newer style shaft like this Axiom 75 stick that's in this club. I found this club, or this set of clubs, for a little over $2,000 on eBay last month. I decided to splurge and go for these clubs because I was really curious to find out if this club was going to fit my game and how it compared to my Strixons, which have a very similar Axiom shaft in a 105 weight category. What I found was, across the board on my launch monitor, this club and those clubs were very similar. I saw plus or minus a degree in launch angle and descent angle, spin rates within 500, ball speed within a mile or two, carry distance within a yard or two. So then you might ask yourself, well, what's the point? Well, what I'll tell you is, all clubs these days, it's really about finding a club that's going to help your miss. Because when you're hitting everything good, they're going to all be pretty similar. There's a lot of talk about having a very specific golf club with a very specific shaft or a specific grip that's going to change your game. But what I'll tell you is what I have found through, and I'm an amateur golfer, play about a 6 handicap. I'm not a great ball striker, but what I found is that when I'm hitting the ball good, almost all my clubs are going to do about the same thing. So I have 3 sets of clubs and they're all within a degree or two, and they have very different shafts and they're very different heads. But what really matters is when you hit the ball off center, or when you hit the ball, or where your miss is when you play, because that's really what a club can help you with. So who is this club for? After hitting probably a couple hundred golf balls with this club, what I have found was most of the face is very similar to the Strixons. The one area of this face that makes a huge difference, and will for any golfer who struggles with this mishit, is a thin shot, or a thin towards the hosel area of the club. For those of you that suffer from this, like I do, you know that this normally leads to one of two things. You're either going to hit a stinger that stays low and has no loft and flies the green by 10 or 15 yards, or you're going to get even less loft than that and it's going to stay just above the ground and go about half the distance. What I will tell you is my typical miss is the stinger long over the green, puts me 15 yards into the woods, and drives me absolutely crazy in a round of golf. What you will find is the technology in this head has allowed Cobra to move so much weight to the bottom of this club, it is allowing them to get loft on that thin shot. That extra loft that I get on a thin shot actually allows this club to stay the green, or in launch monitor terms, less than 10 yards. 5, 6, 7 yards is a typical yardage over when I hit that low, thin shot. That's a pretty substantial deal for me, and is one of the reasons why this club is still in my hand, as a matter of fact. My plan was to hit a few of them, get an idea what they were, and then probably either resell them or reshaft them, try something different, and just toy around with them a little bit because I was able to find them at such a discounted rate. What I have found though is that if that thin shot on the course can make a difference to my scores, and I actually can see that in my scores, then maybe it's worth keeping a $2,000 set of clubs in my bag. Would I spend $3,000? Not a chance. That said, if you can find a good used set, your miss is thin or inside thin, this could be a really great set for you. I hope this was helpful, and I hope that this gives you an idea of who this club might be for and how it could actually be useful for your game, and really, quite frankly, whether or not it's even worth spending this kind of money on a golf club. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If so, please like and subscribe to our channel.